goddamn good one. That is a
Thank you.
goddamn good one. That's deep cuts, my friend. I like it.
Yeah, man. I
That's
was
my,
just
that's
like,
my favorite one you've done in a while.
oh, thank
Oh
you,
yeah,
thank you.
and good. The Facebook stream is the correct name. Just
Yes,
got the
yes, I had that ready.
notification.
I had that ready. Oh man, we got the logos up, we got the background up. You see the titles. I honestly I like to be an honorable champion, you know what I mean? So for me to have the title after I've lost it is kind of not right, but COVID's fucking their shit up, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the Stan I guess we'll pretend it's like the Stanley Cup, even though Toronto doesn't win it as often as they should, it stays in Toronto.
Yeah.
you think
Definitely. Sorry,
you
go
think
ahead.
you think with the Hockey Hall of Fame in your town, you'd be like, yeah, we have a reason to fight harder to win. I know we're talking about tough talks, but hockey's a tough sport too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, but you know what? I shouldn't be ragging on them now. Maple Leafs, first place overall in the whole league, holding it down. Got to put that out there.
Trash team.
Oh man, hey man, I'm not gonna lie. They have their times, but this time around, well, I say that every year. This time around, they're gonna do
Yeah,
better.
they had their times. It was called the 50s.
Hey, the '60s was the last time we won, actually. So,
Yeah, I know, but even then, you won anything once in that entire decade.
oh man, I'm telling you, it's terrible. It is terrible. I gotta do this one time though, cause a lot like I know it wasn't directly for this show, but we have a sponsor for Culture Shock and the Savage Circle. So I want to play this commercial so y'all can see what we've been working with as of late. You see them pepper, yeah? You know them, Mac? Solicious pepper sauce. Too hot for tech. XX Inferno. We have two flavor. Bring one for your friend or even your neighbor. Solicious pepper sauce. Look on the ingredient. No fat in it. And we have spices, yes. Solicious pepper sauce. We have the niceness. Put it in your drink and spice it up, yes. Solicious pepper sauce. We have apron too. So worth to eat. Just right for you. I also use that commercial as a reason to stuff my face.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So we're here on the 83rd episode of Tough Talks?
Yes, sir.
Like we're 17 away from the 100th episode. What we gonna do then? We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I come across a Crossfire wrestler interviewer. And Jessie Life, I think her name is.
Okay.
I talked to her about putting her in the Culture Shock magazine for next month because I'm doing women in business.
Yeah.
And she was interested. So, fingers crossed our schedules line up and I can get a hold of her the next week or two and do a write up on her and,
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
have that going. But
Hell yeah.
it's kind of funny that that's a second Crossfire. Like when Rikishi signed the title, which title? This title right here. He was working for Crossfire Wrestling.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty dope.
Very cool.
But yeah, speaking of Crossfires, what about this fatal 4-way match from the Elimination Chamber?
Nice. nice segue. Yeah, so I mean this was the one that was thrown together very last minute. As such it got only 7 minutes. Surprisingly not the shortest match on the card. Surprisingly even more still, not even the second shortest match on this card. But we will get to those. Yeah, I mean John Morrison beat Elias with Mustafa Ali and Ricochet also then losing. But this was just to get an extra person into the Elimination Chamber match.
No, that's the United
Because
States.
no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. This is to get somebody into the triple threat match for the United States title.
Yep.
Because it was our boy Keith Lee is injured, right? I forgot about that. Um, yeah. So the strange thing was sometimes with the WWE math, what you get is if somebody's thrown into a match last minute for a title, they win, just because they want that big shock. But as we'll see later, they very much are keeping the one feud going, or were keeping the one feud as the centerpiece of that match. Because John Morrison didn't come into play very much in that triple threat match.
Not very. I mean, he did some sick moves.
Oh, I mean, he always does some sick shit. Like he's awesome. He's very, very, very good in the ring. It's him being teamed up with the Miz is very good because of how different they are, like stylistically.
Yeah, Morrison talks more with his actions still. Like he's like the sidekick. He plays the sidekick role well, but he also does talk with his actions as much as Miz just talks.
Yeah, big time. Big time. He actually, like, he doesn't ever play the chicken shit heel role within a match. Like, he'll always be trying to evade or do something cool rather than just like backing off.
Evasion on parkour.
Yes, sir.
All right. The next match was Daniel Bryan defeating Cesaro, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin, and Sami Zayn. I'd like to point out for the first match, we didn't really have a guess until the end because we didn't see it was going on until the end. We both picked Ricochet and John Morrison won, so it is so far tied 0-0 in the prediction battle royal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the that match, the Elimination Chamber match, boy, like I thought for sure Owens was on the roll. Owens was on the roll, and then all of a sudden it swerved. Yeah. I was like, no.
They did a great job with this one. It was Daniel Bryan and Cesaro were the first two in there, right?
Yeah.
And then they were also the last two in there, I believe. Like they stayed through the whole match, which is really cool. I like when they do that kind of stuff when you have somebody set as the Iron Man of the match. That usually helps keep a good pace all the way through. And I mean, yeah, it's hard to. They've done so many crazy things in the Elimination Chamber matches in the past that it's really hard to come up with new and interesting ideas for what to be doing in there. One of my favorite moments this year though is definitely Sami Zayn with his documentary crew, him getting into his pod, and the referee ejecting the cameraman to the back, and him just being like, "What?" But getting all mad. And while the other wrestlers are making their entrances, and even throughout the match, Sami Zayn is just yelling to Corey at the announce table to fucking complain about like the injustice that's being done here of him not being able to have his camera crew outside of it. Like that was brilliant shit. I still have the pay-per-view on my computer because I'm like, I am gonna rewatch that match because I want to see all of the stuff Sammy did in it.
Oh my gosh, he is like, again, it's another one of those situations where this guy is believably unlikable. I'm sitting here like, I know I'm watching a show, right? I understand it's a spectacle, but at the same time, I'm looking at this guy like, will you shut up already, man? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like he's actually in a real life scenario projecting himself like this.
Well, so anybody who's been following like Sammy and Kevin's career for any period of time longer than just when they've been with the WWE and NXT knows that Sami Zayn is an annoying human being to other wrestlers. He often will just like almost like overthink every aspect of stuff and like talk too much in the back, and people will regularly just tell him, Sammy, shut the fuck up. Like, or they'll say, you know what, Sammy, you just decide everything and I'll just do whatever you want because I'm done. Like, obviously you don't want my opinion on this.
Oh man.
So Sami Zayn being this guy in character now fits so well. He's like he seems like um my man from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like
Um, Larry David.
Larry David. Yeah, Larry David. He's 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 like a Larry David who feels persecuted.
Oh man, that's Showtime Brett Shaw right there. What up?
Hey, Mr. Show.
What up? What up? All right. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like kind of neurotic in a sense.
Yeah,
Like
he's neurotic. He's very overly talkative. Like is likes to loudly complain about what he thinks is being done against him, and
yep.
he's hilarious with it. He's
I think
absolutely kills it. Like
that's probably why I relate with him on one side. But then
yeah, when Kevin Owens came in, into the match, it was so fucking funny because Sammy just looks at Kevin and he goes, Kevin, he's like, we're friends. He's like, me and you, those two, they're not like us. He's like, they're not like us. Me and you, we've been friends for a long time. Let's team up. Let's work together. Let's work together on this.
oh my
Like,
gosh. And
he,
for a second, I thought for sure because Kevin is very good, like facially with his acting. So
yeah.
like for a second, I thought for sure he's gonna go in with them,
Yeah,
like yeah, and
sure.
then he just flips the script.
He's like, nope, throws him over the rope, gets him in there, gets his ass beat. It's great. It's very,
Yeah,
very good match. And yeah, I mean, King Corbin continues to be a pompous asshole for no good reason. Genuinely unlikable, which is just awesome.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and yeah, so I mean, the end of it, like we said before, was Daniel Bryan pinning Cesaro, which was you know, really well deserved finish. They both looked great in this match,
Yeah.
and that led into an immediate next
Right
match.
after, right after the next match, the cage wasn't even up, and all you heard was the entrance of the head of the table, Big Dog. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
came down to the ring with his title and his special advisor Paul Heyman,
Yep.
and laid Daniel Bryan. Actually, I can't even say he laid Daniel Bryan out because Daniel Bryan was already laid out from a half an hour,
Yeah.
35 minutes of fighting. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it wasn't like he was in for the last 15 minutes of the fight.
No,
He was
he
in
was
for the
in for the
whole
entire 34.
44, 20. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let's be serious, Roman. I know that was the best heel move you could have pulled. That was the
Yeah.
best heel move you could have pulled.
Oh
But
yeah.
what Daniel Bryan said later actually kind of it made
Yeah.
me laugh. He
He
got it.
addressed it on SmackDown. He addressed it on SmackDown for sure.
For sure. So then we had Riddle defeating Bobby Lashley with MVP and John Morrison in the triple threat match for the United States Championship, introducing a new WWE
Bro, United States champion.
United States Champion. Yeah, United States Champion. You're right.
No, Bro, United States
Bro, United
champion.
States Champion. So that was the first.
Feel free to use that, Riddle.
Okay, so I gotta say that Daniel Bryan you picked, so that would make it 1-0, and then we both picked Roman, so that makes it 1-2-1. But then
Yep.
we were I gotta say that the Oscar Lacey Evans match didn't happen, and you called
Yep.
no match. I called a replacement, so that's 3-1. Fuck.
Oh
And
shit.
then the Riddle match, you know what I mean, happened, and I called D, but he was injured, so I said Lashley because I didn't know about Morrison, who didn't really factor in anyway.
Bro.
So that's 4-1, and then we'll get to the next match after. But yeah. So I'm keeping score, and as I was watching this, I'm just like, what a good match! Fuck.
It was a great match.
Shit, this is some good stuff. Oh, look at that move! Fuck.
Hey man, I read the tea leaves. The
Oh man.
THI leaves.
You read the tea leaves. You know what? I swear, if you don't open something to do with that, I will be disappointed. That should be like if you ever open a dispensary, that should be what it's called. Tea
Tea
leaves.
leaves. Yeah. I'm gonna write that down.
Oh yeah, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. Oh my gosh. And then we had after the United States Championship match, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeat Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks because really, do we need to
Obviously.
have two women's champions be the tag team champions within 6 months of each other? Do we need that?
Yeah, like I feel like it would even be they do the same thing over and over with the women's belts.
Yeah, like I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Like y'all need to get creative. Y'all need to get NXT with them titles. That's what you need to do. You need to get
Start
next.
booking them. Start
Yeah.
booking those titles. Like care about them.
And you know what? You know what I want to see? Fuck Raw invading NXT. NXT needs to come up into Raw again. Cause when
Hmm.
Raw goes to NXT, it's like they're not ready to. Raw is not on the level of theatrics. I don't think as NXT.
No.
So when like they come to Raw, when they come from Raw, it's like, oh, you're here from Raw. But when NXT goes up to Raw or SmackDown, it's like, oh shit, NXT.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they need
Yeah.
to get.
Yeah. NXT makes a bigger impact when they make an impact. Like when they come into when they've done the invasions, it's always cooler.
Yeah, like the year 2 years ago with the Survivor Series.
The first time they were involved in Survivor Series was amazing.
Do that shit again. I don't care about COVID. Do that shit again.
And then they cleaned house.
Y'all can even do it the same way with different characters. Do that shit again.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care. Keep the same story beats. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, give the women's tag team belts to NXT immediately,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and
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 then let
watch
them.
them immediately get booked incredibly well.
I think that's if I were to look at my version of the WWE math, I think that's what's going to happen. Or this, well, that's what I'd like to happen is to see. I want to see Raquel manhandle Shayna.
Yeah.
I want to see Raquel manhandle Shayna, and then I want to see Dakota get a quick one over Nia.
Yep.
Just a
That'd be awesome.
quick one over Nia, like one of those heel. You shouldn't be winning, but because you did that extra move, you got that victory.
Yeah.
Kind of wins. Yeah,
Yeah. Like a little bit of tights on a roll up kind of thing. Like yeah.
yeah, yeah. But of course,
Yep. I feel that.
yeah, definitely, because Shayna's guarding too bad right now, and like in the Caribbean, we say like if the baddest one, I go. What did they say? They said the baddest one in the yard are the softest one behind bars. So, so you know what I mean? Like I want to see because like everybody has their crux, and Shayna's nice. Don't get me wrong. Like that submission comes out of nowhere.
It's so well done.
Out of no, I feel so bad when the girls are getting choked out. I felt
Hmm.
bad for Ray when he got choked out because it just looks like the carotid is just getting crushed.
Yeah.
Crushed.
Oh yeah. No, Shayna Baszler's great. I think she should be a singles wrestler. Like I think she should be a very good singles wrestler again. Um,
Mm.
I don't think it's doing much for her being teamed up with Nia.
Maybe it's keeping Nia from hurting people.
Yeah, maybe. I
Because
mean, so yeah, and I mean, it's just a thing of I just feel like I don't know. Nia does very little for me as a performer.
I can tell you have a distaste for it. It's a civil distaste. It's like you respect her because of her bloodline, but don't really like her because of her actions.
Yeah, I don't think she's good enough to be on camera as often as she is.
Damn, tell them how you really feel, Teely.
She she's hurt too many people. She's an unsafe worker.
Yeah, I'm still, I still go
And
back
then
to
she says things like "my hole."
yeah, on live.
Yeah, she's dumb.
Oh man, oh man. I don't know. Like, I think I like the fact that they're giving like someone a chance that isn't your cookie cutter like model type.
Yeah, but like get the ones that can wrestle.
I don't make the cards. I just talk about them.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean though. Like that's I agree with that. Like I'm with you on that. I don't think everyone should, I mean, everyone should look like Carmella. But I don't think everyone should look like Carmella or anybody. Like it's just I just saying like anybody who's on screen as often as she is and in a championship position
Yeah.
should be a good wrestler.
Oh
And
fuck.
Nia can do some things very well and other things not so very well.
Oh shit.
And
You know
she
what?
should still be in developmental.
There are some moves that I see her do that she looks very stiff in. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
that leg,
Like she
that leg.
does some stuff great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't look comfy when she's doing that leg drop. Like
No,
she doesn't look.
the power moves that she does,
Yeah, she does
definitely.
them incredibly well.
Samoan drop all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Beal, give her a Beal.
yeah.
Yeah, bam. Like, and that's what they should do. Like, strip her back down to the the power
The
moves.
big monster moves.
Yes, the monster moves. Like, she's not like a gazelle. You know what I mean? In the
Big
sense,
boot, Samoan drop, body slam, Irish whip, punch.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. It worked for Andre.
Every once in a while, throw a headbutt in. Other than that, shut the fuck up.
Oh shit. Yo, I can only imagine you in a position like Adam Pearce. Oh fuck.
You
So
getting punked
watching.
out by Shane McMahon in promos?
Oh man. No, not even. I like honest. Truthfully, I see you punking Shane more than Shane punking you. I just, it's just what it is. It's like, I pay you. Yeah, but I do my job so well. That's why you hired me.
Yeah.
Straight. Oh man. And then the final match. The final match. No, I can't even say the final match. What
The
was
final
supposed to be
scheduled match.
final scheduled match of the
Yeah.
evening. Drew McIntyre defeated AJ Styles with Omos, who pulled a Kane-like move. I fucking called it.
He pulled the back off of that pod and it was awesome.
Right off of that shit. Carried the man to the front door and put him in the cage. God almighty, was that ever? I'm like, what's he do? Did he? Oh shit! He's pulling
Yeah,
the
that was
door off.
awesome.
Like plexiglass. I don't know how I don't know how they did it, but that was dope. Kofi Kingston, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, and Sheamus were also in that match for the WWE Championship. And what I thought, and what we called after Jackson Baszler, which would have made it 5-2 and then 6-3 for Teely, something unexpected happened. Bobby Lashley came out.
Yeah, after we should mention that we saw backstage before the chamber match started, we saw The Miz talking with Montavious.
I'm so glad I didn't have a mouthful of coffee then. All right, yep. See, I must have walked out of the room at that part. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, it's just like there was no, you couldn't hear what they were saying or anything. It's just one of those like far away shots, and they were standing there talking to each other, and like Montavious was talking at The Miz. The Miz was like, So you say your name is Montavious? Is what I
Oh man.
assume he said.
Oh
Uh,
man.
and then Mr. former Bro United States champion Bobby Lashley
Bobby Lashley.
beat the living shit out of Drew for a while on the outside of the ring, throwing him into everything he could. Gave
This
him a
is
couple
not.
of those full Nelson slammaroos. That's what you should call it, the full Nelson slammaroo.
Full Nelson Slammeroo. The Hurt Lock just
Slammaroo.
sounds so. It just
It
sounds
sounds
so
too,
bland.
yeah, it sounds too babyish. You need
Yeah.
something cool, like slammaroo.
Why did they call it the Lashley Lock?
You see, because they're afraid of alliteration.
They must be. They must be.
Yeah, they've got a uh, unnecessary fear of it. They see two of
Speaking
the same letter.
Speaking of which, we got to talk about the Alpha Academy in a bit, but we'll get to them after
Oh
we talk
yeah.
about Raw.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they're not scared of alliteration.
yeah.
Forgot about them. Alpha Academy, American Alpha,
Uh,
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Huh.
Oh man. Oh man. There's gotta be.
But yeah, and then so anyways, what happened after Lashley came out and beat the fuck out of him? What was that surprise match that happened?
The
Rock?
surprise match of the evening was The Miz coming out and cashing in his Money in the Bank contract to become the new. It's not the WWE, that's the
And
Universal.
new dude, WWE champion.
WWE
Yeah.
champion, yeah. I almost bought one of those
Um,
belts for $100 yesterday, but they sold it before I could find it. Damn.
oh.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I
yeah,
don't know.
that
Yeah,
that was a great. It was a great little cash in. Great way to end that pay per view.
yeah.
Like
I
I always like when it's a good surprise for a cash in.
yeah, I was talking to like the woman who makes the puppets because her husband he's a wrestling fan as well, so they
Hmm.
drew some other, like some WWE characters and stuff like that, and we were kind of just talking back and forth. It was just like the last thing, like at the end of it, she was just like, because I was ahead of her. She
Yeah.
was like a half an hour behind because the cable kicked out, and I was just like, okay, I don't want to tell you what's happening, but shit, you know what I mean? And then she finally caught up to where I was, and I'm just like, all right. She's like, fuck the Miz.
yeah.
I'm like, I know, right? Oh man, it was
Perfect.
crazy. Yeah, but like that's the thing. That's the Miz. The only one who does it better is Edge.
yeah. Yeah, because Edge is the ultimate opportunist, the rated R superstar.
And I think Miz got that in his character from Edge, personally.
I agree.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Miz, as much as he is a bit of a slimeball character, he's
Yep.
strategically intelligent because he takes the best moves from the best wrestlers of the best times and incorporates them. Like Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Daniel Bryan. He's got
Yeah.
moves from all of them.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. 100%. Like
mhm.
he very much is. He takes uh like he takes things from his idols, and
Yes.
he's like who is it? Shit. Uh,
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. The guy that replicated everybody. No, it
Mega
wasn't
Man.
Miz. Yeah,
Mega Man.
yeah, yeah,
He's like Mega
yeah.
Man, which is also strangely enough is also Kenny Omega's gimmick.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think of when Kenny Omega started doing that, when he called himself that and was doing the Mega Man thing, because that might be a case of the Miz may have inspired one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Oh
Or like
shit.
one of the greatest wrestlers of all time might be biting from the Miz. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of a
Yeah,
that's kind of why I'm looking all over to the side is because I'm typing in some stuff to try to look this up.
Okay. I saw you. I'm just like, he's researching something. We got to fact check because here on Tough Talks, we talk tough, but we talk fact. So
Yeah.
we got to make sure. Oh man. Okay. I'm telling you, I don't know. The way I see this title right now, it just feels like it's bare. Like I know it has cousins and shit beside it, but like I have to get another one. It's like a tattoo for me. It's like, but I figure if I get the black one, I could wear it out more. Cause this one it'll get too. Actually, I don't know. I just want another one. That's what it is. They're made so well, and I'm an attention whore. So when I walk out into town and I have this thing, and people are looking at me like, "Who's that?" Yeah, I love that feeling. I cannot wait until WWE comes back to Canada. Like,
yeah, I want all this shit to be over so I can see wrestling live again. I miss it.
yeah, man. Yep. That's what it is. I'm just concerned about the protocol. Oh my god.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, definitely. I know well, we got 3 vaccines now, or 3 makers of the vaccine now. So
yeah, and one's actually within Canada, so that's even better news.
yeah, that's definitely good because, like I said,
And it's a single dose.
Single dose.
The
Okay.
one that's being made in Canada is a single dose. You don't need a second one.
The AstraZeneca.
Yeah, and 95% effective, and it's single dose.
Okay. Yeah, we got to talk to you about the real. Well, we got to talk to you about the real on all levels because, we're dealing with this stuff. We used to do this stuff in house, but like thanks to Restream.io, because we tried to do this on Facebook and it didn't work. You know what I mean? Spreaker.com. I'm sorry, like I might be saying like the only saving grace for Spreaker is that I can download the audio from this and upload it to Spreaker. So
yeah,
Spreaker's holding on, but like if I can't get the audio from this program into Spreaker, then that's a problem because what happened was the first couple of shows I was talking to you and it was picking me up, but it wasn't picking you up. So we have an hour and a half of me responding to you, but nobody knowing who the fuck is talking.
That's fucked.
Yeah. So I'm just like, all right, cool. We'll just do it on Restream and then I'll upload it later because it's not like anyone's saying anything to us other than, Brett Shaw, shout outs. If y'all got something that y'all want to talk about that's relative to, what we're saying, let us know. We got a chat going on here. You can chat. We're on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, not Instagram, sorry, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. All those channels. Did you find out who started that first?
I didn't, but I mean, like, so Kenny started using his name Kenny Omega in 2008.
Yeah.
And the Miz. Let's see here. Debut. And the Miz debuted in 2006. But so I'm trying to think of when he started. What's it called? Like, when did he start using the figure 4?
2012, 2014.
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that one, but I think it was after 2010. It was his. I want to say Ziggler and Big E were. He still don't have the belt back. Oh man.
What?
That's one of my friends, Jason. He was like, he still don't have the belt back.
Oh nope, I do not.
Hey, like I said, I'm an honorable. I was very honorable. If you look at it closely, see what I mean? It's got Teely right there, bam. Tilly on
Boom.
the,
Side plates,
and
baby. Chum
then you
gang.
got the True Gang side plates. You know what I mean? So y'all don't just be easy. Be easy. Oh man. Yep. That's
So
great,
yeah,
man.
it looks like it was around 2013.
Okay, yeah. So it was
Early
close.
30s,
2012.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I I'm just gonna say I'll just say that Miz inspired Kenny Omega, and we'll leave that for the internet to get angry about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all can get vexed all you want, but this is Tough Talks with Tilly and the Block. We don't talk that soft shit.
Yeah, say what I want.
Yeah, on the scale of shit, y'all diarrhea, we constipation. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Anyways, uh, yeah, we stuck. We stuck all up in you. Anyways, Miz,
And moving on to Raw.
exactly. Miz is one thing that I find to be like, again, he's so easy to dislike.
Yeah,
He's just
he's
like,
very good. It to the point that when he's a face, it's annoying
yes,
because it's like, no, I don't want to like him.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like I don't want to. You can't make me. I'm
No,
not gonna. No, I refuse.
what he does conduct himself with a degree of, it's like, I want to say it's like Shawn Michaels with Diesel.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a chicken shit.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
but
a
like,
chicken shit heel.
it's like you want to see him get beat up, but you also want to
Hmm.
see how he gets out of getting beat up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's cunning. He's very cunning, and he's really, really just a little weasel
Yeah, yeah,
who thinks he's the shit, which just makes it the better,
yeah,
Which same, like you said, same as Sean was.
yeah. It's like there's just too much that should happen that isn't happening because he's just not letting it happen. But
Yeah. Well,
what?
it's just like he said on Raw this week when he was given the ultimatum thing. He's just like, but he's like, I need time. I need more time here. Like, I just somebody, well, give me a minute. You gotta let me think about this for a minute, Bobby. There's just, I didn't have any time yet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, and I'm sitting there like, you're right. It was just announced. Why do you want him to fight? Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
and I'm like, wait a second. But you know what else makes you do that is the fact that neither of them are faces.
No,
Bobby's a heel.
big time.
Miz is a heel. Like,
On the face, he's on the face side of heel though.
he's not though. He's not though.
Compared to Lashley,
I mean, but it's not even in comparison to each other. It's just
okay,
they're like it's in comparison to a face. He is not a face. He is a heel.
no, okay,
Like,
okay, definitely
so
that.
on the spectrum of what we've got a chicken shit heel with a the exact opposite of a chicken shit, but still a heel.
Mm,
Uh, and that's what was so crazy when they then brought the third person, like potential person, into the feud later in the show. And it's like, well, this person hasn't been a face in a year and a half. What are we doing? Are we just gonna have all the faces fight each other? Because who's left?
oh man, yeah. There's some face heel fucker because even with Shayna, Naya, Raquel, and Dakota,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, Dakota and Raquel become the de facto faces in that feud because nobody likes Naya. Shayna has full heel face. Like, Shayna looks angry all the time, so and the fact that Dakota and Raquel are NXT and the other two are SmackDown Raw means they're the bad guys because Team NXT all day.
yeah.
Like it's the same thing. Like if Daniel Bryan was like came down to challenge Finn right now, but was still staying on Raw or SmackDown, right?
Mm.
Daniel would be the heel on NXT because
Mm-hmm.
he's the outsider coming in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like there's at least that on that one. In this one, they're both from the same show.
Mm-hmm.
They've both just kind of feuded with the champion that he just beat like at the same time. Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But but Bobby doesn't seem interested in Drew at all. He just wants that belt, and he's like, it'll be easier to take it off of Miz
Miz.
than it would be to take it off of Drew.
Which that's a market fact.
You would think so, except for I'm pretty sure that the Miz is gonna sneak his way through their match uh, tomorrow. Like I don't think Bobby's winning that title on Raw tomorrow.
Hmm. I I don't know.
He might, but when's the last time that the WWE Championship changed hands on Raw?
With WWE, it's been like 2 years.
You know what
It's
I'm saying?
been more than 2 years.
It seems like it's been a minute, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, Google. My Google's not working. Hold on. When was the last time the WWE Championship changed hands on Raw?
Here's what I found on the web.
No, dummy. When was the last time the WWE Championship changed hands on Raw?
According to The Sun, Brock Lesnar beat Kofi Kingston for the belt in just 7 seconds in October on Smackdown, later losing it to McIntyre at WrestleMania 36. But it was the first
So
time the prestigious championship
Hold on.
was changed on Raw since December 2015 when Reigns defeated Sheamus.
so
So
2015 and then again in 2018.
2018.
It couldn't have just
No.
been that. It just said October, but that can't just be the October that just passed.
Uh,
Because the October that just passed is after Kofi Kingston had lost. Like Kofi lost that belt in 2019, I would think.
hmm. Title changes
So
hands
like
on Raw for the first time in 5 years as McIntyre beats Orton to seal Reigns in Survivor Series match. So yeah.
oh, so there, so okay, so it was McIntyre winning it back off of Orton,
Mm-hmm.
but
Prior to that,
the Lesnar one didn't happen. It was 5 years since that. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they do that so rarely that maybe they will do that on Raw. But I think that's a pay-per-view moment, especially because this would be Lashley's first ever title reign.
And his first WWE title.
Yeah, that's what I'm the one. Yeah, like the actual title.
Yeah. You see that
He's
still
been I
confuses me a little bit from time to time.
see. Yeah, he's been an IC champ. He's been a um,
United States.
United States champ, Bro United States champ. Um, but
They
he's
call it the Bro United States champ, I swear.
so that's why I'm saying it so much right now because I want it goddamn said and known and remembered that I said Bro United States champ.
Oh man, that's what's up. And we know it was said here first on Tough Talks with Tilly and the Block, episode 83. As we going in on the Raw rundown. Speaking of the Bro United States champ, we have
Yep.
Riddle defeating John Morrison.
Yeah, I don't know why this match happened. It was a non-title match, which once again, we've talked about this before.
Yep.
If a champion, if you're booking a match for a champion, and that champion is going to win that match, that should be a title match. Every time. Because why the fuck wouldn't it be? You give them defenses. You give them title defenses. You build them up.
Yep.
Otherwise he's just beating the guy who he beat after he had been beaten up by Lashley the night before. You know what I mean? It doesn't make him look any better.
No.
Also, stop taking half of people's names away. The man's name is Matt Riddle.
Like Mustafa Ali. I love how it was Mustafa Ali, and then it was Ali, and now it's Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa.
Like, come on now. So now, new name, new day. New Day defeats Mason T-Bar.
Yes. I mean, Mason T-Bar are what's the word? Jobbers.
Oh man.
And nobody seems to give an actual fuck about them. Because this match was a nothing match. Like, it just was. It didn't really mean anything at the end of it. Mustafa Ali just kind of scolded them annoyingly for a while.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, "You're always letting me down." Blah, blah, blah. Just screaming for no reason, just being real shit. And yeah, was not a fan. Was not a fan of it.
I mean, like, how are you 4'0" talking to 7'2"? Like, I'm surprised he didn't just get powerbombed by Mason T-Bar.
I thought it was over right there. I thought it was going to be the full-on breakup of Retribution, because how the fuck are you going to let that little weasel talk to you like that on national television? Yeah, I don't like Retribution. I've never been really, quiet about how much I don't like Retribution. I think their masks are shit. I think their gimmick is shit. I don't think they've been good since they were wearing ski masks, throwing Molotov cocktails at generators. Like, that was cool. Then all of a sudden they fucking tried to take it to Party City, and it ruined the whole thing. And like, I love Mustafa Ali, but he is not doing the best work of his life right now. He's getting more time on the mic, but he's not doing with it what I think he could. And yeah, it's just not great. I'm ready for the Retribution experiment to be over.
Yep. Oh man. Definitely, because it's not really doing anything for anybody right now. Like,
it's not. It's literally actively hurting everyone in its value.
Definitely. Okay. So after that, Braun Strowman demanded a WWE Championship match.
Yeah, talk about maybe potentially overestimating your immediate value there. I love Braun. I think he's great. I think it's weird that he now wears gloves clipped to the front of his pants to the ring. That makes him seem like a child to me who loses his gloves all the time. And beyond that, he came in and he had a shitty attitude and said, what did he say? He said, "I think Shane McMahon and you have some vendetta against me. And that's why you kept me out of the Elimination Chamber match." And I'm like, what part? They literally said, what part don't you understand about Elimination Chamber being for former WWE champions this year? And you said yourself you were a former Universal champion, not a WWE champion. And he goes, and when met with a, reasonable point, his answer is, well, I think that sucks. I think you suck. I think you suck. It's like, oh my God, this is horrifically written, horrifically performed right now, because Jesus H. Christ, like, this is not the same guy who gave us the gem of Get These Hands.
No, it was not.
It was shit. It was really, really bad.
It was. I don't
And
know
Shane's
how.
weird.
Huh?
Shane is it just me, or is Shane constantly out of breath now?
Yeah. His head, the top of his head seems to be getting smaller while his cheeks are getting chubbier.
Yeah, and he literally can't speak with a.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, get off the fucking television then.
Yeah.
It's like watching a commercial for emphysema.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. That is great. Oh, man. I'm just looking at something right here. We're on Restream, and this guy that I went to school with is DJing, but he's doing some supreme shit that I don't know how to do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's got like a green screen or something going on, and like everything is popping up in the background. It's fucking crazy. Oh shit! The podcast just got on my comment just got on there. That's great. Okay, so going back to the show, the Monster Young Man made the
Back to our podcast.
Yeah, back to our podcast. Exactly. No, I was reading the last part. Shelton Benjamin. And Cedric Alexander defeated Lucha House Party in a tornado tag match. Now, I was actually happy to see this. I was happy to see the tornado tag match. I'm not happy to see the black on Latin violence, but it's
black on brown crime.
Black on brown crime. It's too close to home. But like the rest of it.
But too close to home. I was beating up on a Mexican yesterday, and
you got these hands, I'm saying.
And that was very close to my home.
Oh man, just up the street even. Just up the street.
Yeah, no, this is a good match. Nice to see the return of a tornado tag match. It's not often that we get those.
No.
But it's the chemistry between Cedric and Shelton Benjamin. Very strange. Like they're constantly pissing each other off.
Who, Shelton and Cedric?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true to the culture. You doing good? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do better. Yeah. Why can't we do good together? We are doing good together, but I have to do better than you. Am I lying?
It's exactly what it is. Like it's crazy. It's exactly what is going on screen though. Like it's fucking hilarious. Every single match they piss each other off with the finish.
Yep.
And it's so strange. But once again, good match. Very nice to see the return of the tornado tag match. Very underrated, underutilized.
Yes, definitely. That's something that can bring in some eyes, because like you have to keep your eyes on, like, I want to see a women's tag team tornado. You know what? Fuck that. Make the title defense for the women.
Dakota Kai.
A tag team title. Make it a tornado match.
Yeah, do it. That'd be awesome.
I still think The Fiend, I'm going to say this again, The Fiend if you're gonna finish the Fiend off entirely, which I know you haven't yet, he's just out on vacation with his baby. That's cool. But when he comes back, there needs to be a 3 stages of hell match. I don't give a fuck.
I'm down with it. I want that too.
3 stages of hell. Make it, and I'll even call them Hell in a Cell. The first one. The first one should be Hell in a Cell. Fuck all of that shit. Second one. Oh man, the second one. It could be Extreme Rules. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like they have to fight. They gotta fight. And the third one, Buried Alive match.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my 3. That's my 3. And that's if you're gonna finish the Fiend. And I don't think you should. So you can save that for a couple years down the road or what have you.
Yeah.
Just,
I think as long as Bray is wrestling, he should be the Fiend.
Yes, for the rest of his career. Sorry, there's no more Bray Wyatt.
Just the Fiend.
Just the Fiend.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Well, and obviously I want the Bray Wyatt stuff for the Funhouse.
Yeah.
Because that's the best show ever.
Oh my gosh, we're really glad that you're our friend. And this is
the friendship that'll never.
You know what I mean? Like, and
I
I'm
love
sitting
it.
here like,
it's a banger.
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
Getting into that shit. So, yeah. Speaking of bangers, your boy Angel Garza got beat by Damian Priest at Hell Garza.
Yeah, he did. But you know what?
What?
He looked damn good doing it. Because he is Angel goddamn Garza. Awesome. I was just happy to see him again. It's been a long time, man. It's been a while since we've seen him last, like, in any sort of real capacity. So it was nice to see him get in there. He got some good offense in on Damian Priest. He also made took a little swipe at Bad Bunny.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was good showing for Angel. I love that that he's back for sure.
Yeah, man. Jeez. So after Angel and Damien was just like a quick call up. He just called him across, and then boom, he was there.
Yeah, I wonder what that was like, because it all just seemed to happen in unison with Bad Bunny. So I wonder if him and Bad Bunny are close, like for real or something, or like what connection that had to his sudden and quick rise.
Well, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeated Charlotte Flair and Asuka.
Yeah, so I mean, once again, big fucking surprise. They beat them literally 24 hours earlier. Why wouldn't they beat them again right now? Charlotte Flair is all distracted because of the stuff with Rick and Lacey. She accidentally gave a big boot to Asuka's face instead of Shayna, to which Shayna then very clumsily threw her out of the ring. And yeah, it was just it was a messy kind of match, but it was supposed to look messy because it was supposed to show that the Queen is off of her game, but nonetheless, it really did just look messy. And then they showed a thing in the back of Charlotte talking to Rick, and they had a weird kind of conversation. They did do the thing of being like, it's not Rick's baby. Like, they did kind of hand that out clearly that, Lacey Evans is not pregnant with Ric Flair's child. But they also they did not resolve things between Rick and Charlotte. So we'll see where they go with that. I kind of hope that story doesn't last too much longer. It kind of already feels a little too much, too long. Yeah, exactly.
Ric Flair, man. I'm telling you, that guy is timeless.
I love Rick. I will always love Rick. He's for me, I mean, I think he's probably the GOAT.
Speaking of Rick, have you watched Young Rock?
I have not watched it yet. No.
Honestly, as cornball as it comes across, it's not that bad.
No, I heard it was pretty good. I also heard my boy the Iron Sheik. That there's a Sheik character in it.
Diesel, the man's Diesel. Holy
Yeah.
shit! Andre's
I'm
in
pretty
there.
stoked.
Junkyard Dog's in there, or Junkyard Dog characters in there. They got Alpha and Sika in there. Ric Flair
Nice.
Ric Flair makes it. Well, a Flair character makes an appearance.
Yep.
The guy who plays Rocky Johnson, genuine, except for the fact that his head is smaller than Rocky's.
He looks like Rocky Johnson, though. Yeah, he does look legit like Rocky Johnson. I saw that casting. It was nuts.
Yeah, it's bonkers. But Sheamus defeats Jeff Hardy. This seems to be a rivalry that's going to start up.
Yeah, it feels kind of anticlimactic for Sheamus. They had set that whole feud up with Drew, which seemed really cool, and they both seemed really into doing. But we seem to have kind of lost that, and we're gonna get Sheamus versus Jeff, which still gonna be fun, still gonna be good. Jeff is not really running at 100% lately, I find. I don't know if that's just because he's a little bit bored by not having much to do overall. But I haven't seen anything out of Jeff lately where I've been like, oh, look at that, that's really good. Like, he's killing that. He did do a really good Whisper in the Wind in the Elimination Chamber off the top of the one pod. But then at one point he also did the he was about to do a swanton, and then did like something really simple, like not even a leg drop. Like, it wasn't even like he did a leg drop in tribute to Matt. He did something, but it was like a nothing move after he did the thing. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why did you just build that up? Like, so yeah, it was, it was what it was. But we'll see if they can get this going good. If not, I think we all remember their last feud.
Jameson.
With the Bar.
Yeah.
Like, not with the Bar of the tag team, but with the Bar of the place, the pub.
Yeah.
And Sheamus having a personal bartender around all the time to try to force booze onto Jeff and have him thrown into a car and accused of drunk driving and hitting someone with it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because as you were saying, it was coming back to me, and all I can see is just blue. So,
no, but and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think we need that feud again. I think that feud was already shit. Let's not do it again.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see where that goes. But I don't have huge hopes if that's what the next feud for Sheamus is. Like, I feel like he's kind of getting the short end of the stick there right now.
Yep. Okay. Naomi and Lana defeat Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke.
Yeah, I mean, Naomi and Lana are going to be getting their women's tag team title match at some point. I love Naomi and Lana. I think that I take back what I said before when I said that everyone should look like Carmella. Everyone should look like Naomi and Lana. And that's just the fact. Both of them. Everyone should look just like both of them. And that would be we'd be in a better world by like 100,000 times, because Jesus Christ. What were we talking about again? Oh, right. They had a match. They went down to the ring. They did moves, and they left.
After winning victoriously.
Yeah, they did that too. Yeah. Right. They looked great though.
Yeah. They were definitely putting it on.
They're awesome. I like the dynamic between the two of them. Like, they have fun. Like you can tell by all of the backstage stuff that they put up, like on Snapchat and stuff like that, that they are legit really good friends and they're having a goddamn blast fucking around. Um, but they are people that I would like to see stick together as a team and actually do something cool with those titles.
Yeah, I think that would be dope. Give me a second. I just realized I have a brew in the freezer. So the next one is AJ Styles defeated Ricochet.
This was a quick match. Oh, sorry. This was a really quick match. I mean, like, honestly, maybe 5 minutes. Um, this is the one where Ricochet did like two little half people's elbows that were not. They did not look okay. Not a big fan of what Ricochet's been doing lately. Hopefully, he can either get a better position in this company or get to a different company where he can have a better position. Because right now, Ricochet is not doing anything. He is literally being a jobber.
Yeah, he's not. Sorry. He's definitely not as potent as he was when he was working with Aleister Black.
No.
Not at all. So,
No.
yeah, he's going to have to do something about that. Give me a sec. Oh, wait, hold on. The next one is the final match of the evening. Bobby Lashley defeating Braun Strowman.
Yeah, this was a really high paced match. It lasted again short, like maybe 5 minutes, but they just were working at like triple time pace, just hitting a move, hitting a move, hitting a move, hitting a move, slam, 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 slam. And it was insane. This match is one of the best matches I've seen Bobby or Braun do in quite a while. Like they both really brought their A game here, and if Bobby wrestles like this more, then I would love to see him have a long title reign because it'd be wicked to see Bobby go this hard all the time.
I didn't get to see the match I wanted to see, but like I think this might be a good way to build up towards it again. Lashley versus Lesnar.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I don't, it's interesting. I wonder when or if we see Lesnar again. I wonder how long it'll take.
I don't think it'll take longer than 3 WrestleManias.
Okay. So this one being like the first one that he's not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just me because that's a big check. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I see. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how long Lashley wants to keep doing it either.
That's what I'm saying. 3 years.
But yeah, I know. I was thinking Lashley might even be around shorter than that.
Well, I know it takes an hour to freeze a beer.
There you go.
Oh man. So yeah, we got what else we got next? We got do we do SmackDown? No, we do SmackDown.
All right. Yeah, SmackDown. There we go.
February 26th. Now this is where, like, again, on the list in the order for me, it's NXT, then SmackDown, then Raw.
Yeah, I agree. I agree big time. I think that's I don't even think that's an arguable order, to be honest. I think NXT is clearly head and shoulders above both. I think NXT comes in second place, and I think Raw tends to slack a little bit more.
I think for me it's because I talk all day. So when I go home and when I'm watching Raw, it's just like, no, I don't need to see a conversation. Fight somebody. Just fight.
There's a lot of talking on Raw. There's a lot of it.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, that's the way SmackDown started off, with Daniel Bryan challenging Roman Reigns to a match at Fastlane.
Yep. Yeah. So like we said before, Daniel Bryan did bring up the fact that he had just wrestled 35 minutes when Roman decided to have the immediate match after, and basically said, "Well, that sounds like a bitch move. You wouldn't do a bitch move, would you?" And I was like, "Oh," and what's his name?
Heyman?
Fucking no. Uso, Jay
Yeah.
Uso attacked Bryan to basically kick him out of the ring and say not to raise his voice to his cousin, aka his boss now, because he really quickly went full steam ahead into being Roman's bitch.
Hard. Like, hard.
Yeah, and then backstage, they basically made official that later in the night there would be a match between Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso, and that match, if Daniel Bryan won, he would get a Fastlane title matchup, or title match at Fastlane.
Yeah, Fastlane implications occurring. So,
Yeah.
we getting there quick, but Otis and Chad Gable defeated Rey and Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, so I love heel Otis. I didn't think I'd be too into it, but heel Otis in the Alpha Academy stuff is killing it.
Heel Otis is danger. Like, when I saw heel Otis, I'm like, that is the man who could hold the WWE Championship.
Yep, definitely, and he's scary. Even though he's only jumping off the second, like the middle rope, he gets some height on that frog splash. He gets some hang time on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and when he lands, it looks awful.
Yeah.
Like, it does not look fun to be under that splash at all.
The only one that reminded me of something like that is like Typhoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vader Bomb.
Yeah, Typhoon was like 6'4", 6'5", or some shit like that. 320.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, so Vader, you're right. Vader would do a moonsault from no, not a moonsault.
No, that was Hugh Morris.
Hugh Morris would do the moonsault. Hugh Morris and fucking Bam Bam would do the
Bam
moonsault.
Bam Bigelow would do the moonsault too.
Biggest, just
yeah,
I think
unbelievable.
that's when I decided I wanted to do a backflip. When I saw these big motherfuckers doing that shit.
Like, if they can do it, why can't I?
Exactly, straight up. And then I tried and I hit my head and I stopped.
Yep. It's like, oh, that's why. Ow.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So we have up next Apollo Crews in his new ring gear, repping the Nigerian colors.
Yeah, not just new ring gear.
Nigerian ring gear.
Nigerian. Yeah, and a Nigerian royalty attitude of, he talks about his great grandfather being a king of, what do you say, king of, I'm not sure what nations, but some groups of people.
It was a Nigerian nation, but
yeah,
not Nigeria, but it was a subsection of that nation.
Yeah, I think it was like, I don't know if it was like tribes or something that formed a nation of tribes, like, because like they do that sometimes, and he said king of the something nations.
Okay, yeah.
So like in the same way that there's like in Canada we would say like First Nations for Native Americans.
Yeah.
I feel like it's something along that kind of lines, like, because he says king of the something nations. Okay. I just can't remember what that something word was.
Yeah.
But
was speaking very powerfully.
Pardon?
He was speaking very powerfully about it.
Yeah. Yeah. He was. He sounded. This what tripped me out is the voice he was using, minus the slight hint of an accent he was throwing in, right? His voice sounded almost exactly like Xavier Woods. And it was really throwing me off because I was like, this is what it would be if Xavier Woods started doing a black nationalist character. Like if he started going all Nation of Islam on TV, I feel like this is the route he would take. It's like it was just so crazy. Like I couldn't believe how much it sounded like, because at first I wasn't looking at the screen.
Okay.
Like I was distracted for a second, and then I was like, is that Xavier? And I looked up and I'm like, no, it's Apollo. And I was like, whoa, that gear looks dope. And then he started telling the story about his great grandfather being king of the blah blah blah. And I'm like, this is very different for Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're in a whole other thing here.
Definite. I want to see this Apollo win the title. Not necessarily right away, but I want to see this Apollo win that title.
I think he's going to.
Oh, man. Okay. Tamina defeated Liv Morgan.
Yep. I mean, this was basically a yep, sure did. It wasn't a very long match. Tamina hit Liv with a super kick, and then she hit her with a Samoan drop, and then she hit her with a body slam, and that was the 3. It was real quick. Damn. At one point, Tamina yelled. And that's the full update.
Yeah, I saw that. She was like, ah!
Ah! And it's like, oh.
That was like the longest.
Scary.
That was the longest segment of the match. Like she yelled for like 8 seconds. Yeah. It was longer than the 3 count. It was. Oh man, we're still trying to figure out who's gonna get the 3 count in this match, but it's been decided that Bianca Belair is to challenge Sasha Banks at WrestleMania.
EST. Yeah. I love it. So Bianca's got to win.
She has to.
She has
to. Bicep, bro. Like, why does her bicep look like it has more definition than mine, fam? Like,
because it does. What are you talking about, fam? Because it does. I mean, no offense, but Bianca Belair is way more jacked than you.
Bro, listen, she lifted Otis up, fam. She lifted Otis on her shoulders. Yo, listen, groceries are a struggle.
Like he was a child. I struggle carrying the 20-kilogram bag of sugar at work that I gotta move over my shoulder. Never mind this goddamn an Otis.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
That's mental shit. She's great. Bianca's the best. Sasha's a bad actress. I also want to say, she's not good.
This summer, I know I'm bringing my punching bag out to the backyard and just throwing it around. Fuck it. But yeah, her acting wasn't on par. Like,
it was horrific. It was real bad. She's not good.
Yeah, like
she's a great wrestler.
Yes, definitely.
But she is the least convincing bitch on the mic I've ever heard.
On her own, like in the ring by herself, cool. But Bianca played the boss bitch in that. Excuse me, the boss bitch in that stage.
Yeah, and Sasha looked uncomfortable, and like her tone was off. When she dismissed Reginald, she didn't seem to have like her swag. She just wasn't doing well. She didn't do everything in it was bad. Good thing they didn't give her any lines on The Mandalorian.
Y'all need to give her some sauce.
Some sauce.
All right. So after that, the Street Profits defeated King Corbin and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, this was a pretty quick match, but it was a good one too. Montez Ford is obviously a savage. We all loved how crazy that man, the height that man can get on his frog splashes. Angelo Dawkins, though, that dude hit a ridiculous neck breaker. It was like what did Corey call it afterwards? He said a double chicken wing elevated neck breaker.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That should be his finisher, because that's a good move, and it looked slick.
We'd have to call it like the special delivery.
Call it the Descent of Man after Richard Dawkins' second book.
Call it foresight.
There you go.
Street Profits, foresight. Call it
Yep.
foresight. There you go. There you go.
Whatever they call it, that was a savage move.
It was, definitely.
That was so good. I want to see more of that. I'm also seeing, I'm going to have to watch this later. Apparently, Sami Zayn released some of his camera cruise footage of him cautioning King Corbin's behavior. So that sounds great.
Oh,
Sami Zayn's a national treasure.
You know what? Like any Canadian doing their thing on any stage, you know you have our support. Exposed the noise, you know what I mean? Home records. We're in the building. Keep doing your thing. All day, baby. Oh man. So
speaking of doing their thing all day.
Yeah.
Cesaro.
And that spin as he painfully rebuked Seth Rollins. What a rebuking.
Unbelievable spin. He did the best spin he's ever done. It was so good. He just kept doing it again and again to him. And the fact that for the first two times, because he got him 3 separate spins. The first 2 times, Seth didn't let go of the mic.
Yeah.
So you could hear the air getting through the pop filter because he was spinning so fast. You hear the air go through the pop filter, and you can hear him going, ah, ah.
Did you see how his coat eventually came off too?
It went flat off. He let go of the mic, and the mic, you hear the mic go because he just let it go flying out of his hand, and then all of a sudden one of his arms of his coat's off, and the coat's extending around the ring, and then he didn't slow down at all. He just let him go flying. He just let him go when he lifted him up, and I was like, that was beautiful. It was the best one they've ever done. And then he hit him with a beautiful European uppercut.
Oh, the uppercuts.
I saw people talking about online. I saw people saying, "Man, Seth getting up was like some of the best selling." Blah blah blah. I was like, that was not selling. He was definitely that dizzy.
Yeah.
Did you see how long he was being spun for? That boy was dizzy.
Shit, I'm surprised he didn't puke.
I was fucking getting there. I was like, whoa. This is rough.
It is. It was. Speaking of the roughness, Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan ended in a double count out. The Smackdown main event.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a good match, but it ended with both men out for a full 10, which means that Daniel Bryan does not get a Universal title shot at Fastlane.
As it looks.
Yeah, see, now, I thought they were going to do something interesting here, because they had said before that the original plan for Fastlane was Daniel Bryan and Edge versus Jey Uso and Roman. And that wasn't going to happen if Daniel Bryan won, because they would go for a Universal title match. And when they told Edge that, Edge was like, no offense though, eh? Like, that's not fucked up. Okay. So I thought Edge was going to interfere.
Yeah.
And make it so that Daniel didn't win that match. You know what I mean? And I thought we were going to get kind of Ultimate Opportunist, Rated R Superstar coming out and being like, No, boy.
Would have been dope.
Yeah, I've made my decision, and you're not stepping in to fuck this up.
Mm. No, that wasn't the
But
case.
was not the case. It was a straight up double count out. Then Daniel Bryan got Jey Uso back in the ring and put him in a yes lock. Uh, to which Roman came in and tried to spear him, and he put Roman in a rest lock or yes lock. To which he then got booted in the face. And then that was, then Roman got up, and did Edge come in at the end? I can't remember. No, it ended with Roman putting him in that the rear naked choke, guillotine. Yeah, the guillotine, and hit him with a spear. So we're we'll have to see, because when's Fastlane? Not next week, but the week after or something like that. Isn't it pretty soon?
I want to say it's like the third week of March. Let me check.
Let's see here. Fastlane 2021. Yeah, March 21st. Yeah, you're right. Third week.
Okay.
So
At which point
three
I will attempt
3
to
weeks from now.
reclaim the title.
Do what?
I said, at which point I will attempt to reclaim the title.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we'll see where they go with that. I'm sure either this week on NXT or the week after we'll have a more clear view on what matches are going to be happening there. Because right now, excuse me, right now we don't have any official matches for that pay-per-view.
Nope. Although, I think a women's title match should be on the card.
Yeah, I mean, I think there should be a men's and women's title match on the card.
If you don't defend the Intercontinental, the United States, the World Heavyweight, and the Universal, then you have to defend the two tags, because the two tags haven't been defended they weren't defended the last pay-per-view.
No, yeah, true, yeah. I would like to see the Raw and the SmackDown women's titles and the Raw and the SmackDown tag titles defended on Fastlane for sure.
Yep.
And then I'd like to see a Universal or a heavyweight title match too.
I want to see the Universal. I'll wait till WrestleMania for Miz and whoever.
Yeah.
But I want to see Bryan versus Reigns.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
Mm-hmm. So that's just my view on things.
Yep.
What else we got going on? Oh, I'd be remiss if I didn't say AEW, NJPW, ROH are three indie style brands that you could also look into if you're interested in this combat sports and sports entertainment. And then we also have Chile's review on what happened in the latest UFC.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. So. UFC last night was not great.
Oh no.
The heavyweight fight in the main event was Jairzinho Rosenstrike versus Cyril Gane. Both are incredible fighters. Usually they're great strikers. Both are knockout artists. Every win that Rosenstrike has been by knockout. And it just went 5 rounds with very little action, both guys being very hesitant and very kind of, lean back. It was mostly that way for almost the whole night, to be honest. The one fight that was great was one was Pedro Munoz and, sorry, let me find this here. Pedro Munoz versus Jimmy Rivera. That was a rematch they had fought one time earlier, like 5 years ago, and Jimmy Rivera had won. Split decision over Pedro. This time, Pedro Munoz won against Jimmy Rivera on a unanimous decision. So they should definitely have a trilogy fight. Get those two in there again, because that fight was the best fight of the night by a mile, and it was just so action packed. The pace they had was unreal all the way through it. So that's the match to the fight to go back and watch from UFC Fight Night Vegas 19, I think it was, or 20. But yeah, the other fights were all pretty good, but nothing extraordinary.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah. Excuse me.
this has been an interesting show. We gave you the rundown. Now, for the fact that we didn't touch base on NXT, that doesn't mean that it wasn't quality. It means that y'all need to just watch that shit. It's
Yeah,
on
it
USA.
is the best show.
It's on USA. Wednesdays at 8.
Yep.
Check it out. Eventually, hopefully they'll eventually sponsor us for talking about them so much, you know.
Yeah, NXT is legit the best 2 hours of wrestling every single week.
Hands down, no question. So,
Yeah.
y'all need to
They
check
handle
it out.
every one of their divisions better than their Raw or SmackDown counterpart.
Way better. Excuse me. Their rivalries, their storytelling, their matches. I mean, like Dunn versus Balor was a fucking. And that followed Dunn versus Balor versus O'Reilly. Like,
yeah.
You got back-to-back rivalries.
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Back-to-back
and like,
rivalries.
and it beats. We had fucking. I mean, Adam Cole versus Tommaso Ciampa. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. It's just NXT has had the best feuds over the last like
Adam Cole versus
6 years.
He's been gone for a minute. The Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream. Even against Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
And then like even going back years, like I said, for years NXT's been the best. We had that amazing feud between Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe. We had Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor. We had Samoa Joe teaming with Finn Balor to win the first ever Dusty Rhodes Cup.
Yep.
Like it's just that is handled so well. The things that Hunter and Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg are doing down in Orlando are incredible. Like they are absolutely killing it. They are the best in the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's not to take away from like what Booker's trying and what a couple other people are trying, but like
no, not at all.
You just gotta call it like I see it.
I think if Hunter decided to break off on his own, right, and start a new wrestling company with Road Dogg and Shawn Michaels, and just get and then just bring talent in and stuff like that, I think they would be a serious problem for WWE.
Oh wow!
In a way that AEW is not yet.
Saying if it was the Triple H, if it was DX basically to start something like AEW, they would have been an actual contender.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
there's too much intelligence. There's too much there's too much booking and in-ring history and intelligence between those guys, the minds of those guys. And from coming within the most successful wrestling company in the history of the world, for such long tenures each, I don't see a way there would be any stopping them.
Because Triple H and Shawn Michaels have 40 years between them. I know because I've been watching since I was at least 44 years of me watching them, and that's before. That's not counting before, before WWE.
And Road Dogg was there at the same time. Like Road Dogg's been there forever too.
Yeah. I think Road Dogg came. I want to say Road Dogg came a couple years. He came up a few years after Triple H.
Yeah, like maybe a couple, but I'm saying like it's within that.
No, he used to be Jesse James.
He was there with Jeff, and he was with Jeff.
Jeff Jarrett. I was wrong. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
been there with Jeff Jarrett. Yeah. So he's been
Fun.
there about. So that's 60 years between the three of them.
I'm saying, man, I literally I don't see a way there would be any stopping them.
No, definitely. Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Things are guanin. I gotta give them the rundown. So y'all have been listening to the Tough Talks with Tilly and the Block.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had the Savage Circle. There we go. Yesterday we had the Savage Circle podcast where we had FX May Vary. And we also did the Terrell Effect in the morning. We have Candid Conversations on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and Daddy Daughter Time when my daughter feels like putting up with me. The Savage Potluck podcast, not to be confused with the Savage Circle, happens also on Saturday. So the potluck is the cooking portion of it, and then the circle is the talking portion of it. We all got it down. Watch your ears, Teely. I'm about to play. You might want to take the headphones off or turn it down a little bit. We have a special guest coming to the Terrell Effect on the 20th of March, and that is Sahil from Demonic Resurrection.
Okay.
Yeah, but that is so intense.
I can't hear you.
Seriously?
No, I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. It should work now. Can you hear me now?
Nope.
Damn.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
I don't know what your answer was there because I can't hear you. Oh, okay.
That's weird.
Still no sound.
All right. How about now? No, nothing.
No. I've
What about now?
volume back up.
What about now?
I think your commercial broke your audio stream.
Yeah, it sounds like it. What about now? No, nothing. Oh, jeez. That's so trash. Oh man. Okay.
No sound coming from your side.
Check.
I don't know if anyone watching can hear it.
I don't know, Jenny. Can you check if you can hear me on my page?
But I cannot.
Okay. That's jacked. Yeah, they can. Okay. So
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Can you hear me now? No, you can't hear me still. Okay.
No.
All right. No? Oh shit. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna sign off.
No, now I can't see you because the chat. Okay, there we go.
Oh, that's jacked. That's so jacked because it's showing.
1, 2.
So
Ding,
you know
ding,
where
ding.
exactly what he just said. You know where it's at. You know where it will be. Tune in to us for the 1, 2, 3 for the
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, there we
Ding,
go.
ding.